Hey everyone, it's Sammy from Sammy's Sweet Life, and today I am finally showing you guys the Instant Pot Southern Style green beans recipe. So I had found this a couple of years back, I think maybe when I was pregnant with Stella, and it was just an Instant Pot green beans recipe. The recipe actually had potatoes in it as well. Well, I did it the first time with the potatoes and maybe one or two other times, and since then we've just made it the green beans. And the secret to this recipe is apple cider vinegar, and it's just something that I don't use a whole lot. We don't cook with a lot of vinegars or vinegar based things in this house, and so throwing the little bit of vinegar in there really just changes the whole profile of the green beans, and it is so good. So I'm going to walk you guys through step by step how I make these. I did follow a recipe originally, so I will link to that. They'll have more precise measurements. I'm just showing you how I've done this. I don't follow the recipe to a T anymore. I did the first couple times and then I just kind of did it myself, and this is how I've been making them ever since. Let's go ahead and hop into the kitchen and I will show you guys how I make the green beans that I talk about pretty much every meal plan. So as far as ingredients goes, it's going to take actual green beans. I end up using 2 of the little bags of frozen green beans. You also need a couple of slices of bacon and also an onion, chicken broth, apple cider vinegar, and I actually used the better than bouillon, so I actually used water with that to make the chicken broth. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to chop the whole onion. I just use the entire onion and I dice it not super finely. And of course, I'm showing you guys how I do it. Feel free to make them really finely minced or make them big giant pieces of onion. It is totally up to you. I'm just giving you guys the recipe to work with. I like the pieces to be big enough that the kiddos can pick them out. They actually both really like onion, so they like to actually see the chunks, and both of them will pick out the pieces of onion. And same with the bacon. I just chop it up into really big pieces so that the kiddos can pick them out and eat the pieces. And you guys can see I'm using the teeny tiny cutting board. It works great for onions. I just do 1/2 at a time and put it directly in the pot. I forgot to say, it also takes avocado oil, so you put a little bit down in the bottom of the pot, and then I'm going to saute these for a little while. Once I get the onion chopped and the bacon chopped, I will saute it in the Instant Pot for just a couple of minutes, just to get a little bit of color on the pieces of bacon. And so a lot of times for the bacon, I will just use my kitchen scissors and cut across to make like strips of bacon across the slices. In this case, I am going to just go ahead and use my knife, and it's a lot harder to do with the knife. I'm just going to cut across lengthwise to make a little bit smaller pieces of it, and then I'm going to also cut the other way to make the little chunks. And you will totally see me struggling here to cut through the entire pieces of bacon. It's totally easier with the scissors, and I usually use the scissors. I don't know why I was just using the knife, but it made a mess, and it was a lot more work this way, so I definitely recommend just using your kitchen scissors and making it easier on yourself. Once the bacon's in there and I get my hands washed, I go ahead and stick the liner into the actual Instant Pot, and then I add a little bit of avocado oil and hit the saute button. And this is where you kind of have to watch it. You don't want the bacon to start cooking too fast. So I generally just start it on normal, and if it seems to be browning too quickly, I go ahead and turn it to less. I never end up using the more on the saute feature with this recipe. And I'm just going to let this go for a little bit. I want my onions to be a little bit translucent and the bacon to cook a little bit. I kind of let it just do its own thing. I stir it occasionally, make sure it's not going to brown too much, but otherwise I just leave it for a few minutes. And you'll see I'm doing this in real time, #real life. You'll see people walking by as I'm doing other things in the background, and I just give it a stir every once in a while. I check the bottom, and it's okay if there is some like brown specks on the bottom. We're going to deglaze this with the apple cider vinegar and chicken broth, so it'll be okay if the little burny bits are on the bottom. They add flavor to this recipe, so you want to get a little bit of burny bits. Everything was starting to steam, so I went ahead and moved it so that I could turn on the vent. So I'm over the range now for this. I made sure there's nothing on the stove top. Be very careful. You're not supposed to put Instant Pots over the range. I definitely know this, but sometimes you just need to have it over the vent because it is very steamy. And now it is time to add our secret ingredient, just apple cider vinegar. And I just add a splash of this. It's probably like a tablespoon or so. And that's it. I just drizzle a little bit in and deglaze the bottom a little bit by stirring it. I let it cook for another minute or so, and then I get my better than bouillon, which is going to be my chicken broth substitute. I just add a big blob of that in, and I also sprinkle in a little bit of parsley. I use these frozen green beans. You can use whatever green beans you want, but these are 1 pound bags. I end up using 2 of these bags. It does look like a lot, but it does cook down quite a bit, so it's not overfilling the Instant Pot. There's a lot of room, so I will try to stir these up and make sure that they sink down a little bit better than they do. At first it looks like way too much. And I am using the 3-quart Instant Pot. You can totally do this in the bigger Instant Pot and not have a problem at all. I'm just adding water to get close to the fill line, and so I can get all the green beans mostly submerged in the water. And then I go ahead and put on my Instant Pot lid. This is the Duo Nova, so it does not have a sealing/venting little knob that you have to turn. So be sure you turn it to sealing if you have one where you have to actually manually turn it. And then I set it on high pressure for 4 minutes. And this is what they look like when they are done. I already took out portions for everybody because we were hungry. So this is way later. And they just turn out so good. They're nice and tender. They have so much flavor because of everything that we added to them. My whole family loves these, and it's so easy. I tend to do this with the smaller Instant Pot because I can stick this Instant Pot really easily in the fridge and it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. Here, this is actually the next day I stuck the whole pot in the fridge once we were done, and I just put the regular like little pot lid over it. I don't have an actual Instant Pot lid for the 3-quart. You can see like the oil is all solidified on the top. I just turn on the saute feature for a little while and cook the beans. They're heated up again, and it's perfect for that left overnight. So we tend to have these for 2 to 3 nights, and I love making a big batch so that I can have an easy side dish. Love that the Instant Pot makes it so easy to just reheat things later on. And that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back very soon. I've been trying to film these recipes. I've just had to put the videos together and do the voiceovers for them because they're just like staples in our house. I make them like once a week easily, so it's just such a good recipe. I wanted to include these videos for you guys so when I'm doing the meal plan and grocery haul videos, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm really happy to finally get these videos put together. I did end up filming a few of them recently. Be sure to like, subscribe, and check out my foodie playlist down below for more recipes, meal plans, grocery hauls, all the foodie related things. And I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.